Waluke has won re-election for the Sirisia parliamentary seat. Remember, he was vying on a Jubilee Party ticket. What are your reactions to this? Dismas, let me begin with you.
It's you know, the Kenyan voter is peculiar. The Kenyan voter is supposed to punish impunity, mediocrity, and corruption. So this gentleman has got serious allegations hanging on his shoulders. Boulders, very heavy boulders on his shoulders. But the voters, in their wisdom or lack of it, have decided to give him a mandate.
In their wisdom.
Yeah, or lack of it, they've decided to give him a mandate. And you recall the Cabinet Secretary for Interior had indicated that about 40% of the people had presented themselves for elective positions are members of this thing called Wash Wash. So a number of them will find their way to the National Assembly. So now you're beginning to wonder, this Kenyan voter, what do they look for when they go to the ballot box? Because if you have been implicated in corruption and you've been found guilty, is there a chance that when you go back to the National Assembly, you will come up with any legislation which will make a crime or corruption a nightmare? Probability of that happening is zero. So really, you know, Ben, the way they say that the Kenyan is peculiar, that is a confirmation. That you know, some of these things we've been discussing them times above number, the Stockholm syndrome, that the average Kenyan voter is emotional and irrational and has fallen in love with his captor. Yeah, I think that is a very strong demonstration.
Prof, the Honorable Waluke, like this was saying, has very serious charges hanging around his neck, and Kenyans wagged their tongues when he was cleared, when he was actually cleared to vie. But now he has won the seat. What are your thoughts on that?
I think this is, for me, where I go back to integrity as embedded in our Constitution and the individual. Some of these things need not even go to court and to arguments over whether you should contest or not. You should just stay aside. Just stay aside until things...
Just from your conscience.
Just conscience. So it tells us that we are basically a country where most of us don't have self-conscience. And that goes to the vote as well. So the voter does not see a reason why he should not... They voted him. And then, you know, we talk about democracy. So it's like when you now follow him, even now, it will be like you are haunting him. It's witch hunting. It's witch hunting my brother, my sister, my person, my community. So I think there is a problem with our society. And that's why I was saying there is none of these two teams going to lead Kenya that knows how to govern. You know, we need to just recreate ourselves, even our constitution. Everybody, you know, this constitution is loved so much. There are many media houses where you go, it is on table. So sometimes I wonder why it is on table, because in any case, we now know it, and when we need it, we can pull it. But it's on table. In other words, we regard it, it's our pillar, we respect it. But that theory, totally theory, we don't respect our constitution in terms of our governance. And this is not to the governors only or the leaders that are going to lead us from next week. It is us citizens. We've fallen short of the glory. The people we should go and block from entering offices are the people we are glorifying. So at the end of the day, a Kenyan is not able to say white is white and black is black. They'll insist white is black. And this is a problem of a nation that we have to slowly get out of it. And we are not going to get out of it because we have good leadership. They have given up. We are going to get out of it because we have citizens who have become responsive, who can question, who can demand, and exercise their rights in a positive manner.
You know, Ben, is interesting.
Yes.
There are every community they know in the village. There are this gentleman or this lady. You can't have them as the chair of the local funeral committee or the cattle dip. They cannot be chair or treasurer, or even in a wedding committee.
Yes.
But these are the same people
that are
we elect to very serious leadership
MP.
position. And then we expect miracles. So this confirms that really there is a mismatch, that probably the average Kenyan voter is not able to join the dots between his or her vote and leadership. Or maybe this issue of corruption is very abstract, that when a leader is charged with corruption, of you know, playing around with Mora's resources, they don't see the Mora in themselves, because, you know, they imagine that this is not my money. Or on the other flip side is that they say, we've sent you to Nairobi, go and steal, provided you give us give us a portion of what you've stolen. So you steal $1 million, you give them 100,000, they're very happy. Because again, we don't seek to question these people's source of wealth. As we indicated earlier on, you elect an MCA today who can't afford a cup of tea, but after 2 years, he owns a 5-star hotel. And then, you know, we give him a pat on the back. Actually, I remember there's a gentleman called Dr. Protas Kebati Momanyi. He was a minister. I know you're sounding shocked because of your age, but he was a minister for tourism at some stage. And he was very honest with his office. And one day he was driving his Volvo, a beat-up Volvo, in the villages in Kisii. And for some reason, you know, because it had seen better days, it collapsed. And then people started laughing at him. They said, what's wrong with this man? He was a minister for all this time, but see the kind of car he's driving. So sometimes Kenyans expect that when you are in a position of leadership, you must go grab, you must go and steal. When you try to live on the straight and narrow, they start casting aspersions you. They say that you have no ability to steal, and in fact, you are a waste of time.
And